Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Annalisa and this is going to be a 24-hour writing vlog. I've seen this done before and I will link below the person who I saw do it. Spread it out over 2 days, so that was 2 12-hour days of writing, and I would rather not do it all in 2 days, partially because I rarely have 2 days put together where I'm not having plans. So I decided to spread it over 4 days, which will hopefully be 4 hours today, Sunday, 4 hours on Monday, 8 hours on Tuesday, and 8 hours on Wednesday. So I'll kind of work myself up to it. I've already done an hour today, and I'm going to spend most of the rest of today working on character sheets and plot outlines. I actually have a pretty good outline already going, and coming up with names and places, things like that, so that when I reach those 8-hour days, or maybe even tomorrow, I might start actually writing things out. I will have those things ready to go to reference and won't have to come up with them while I'm on a writing streak. I'm also going to take breaks, usually 10 minutes at a time, but also for eating and stuff like that. And I will count those as part of the 8 or 4 hours, and I will usually have something else going in the background. So I will probably write while I watch TV in the evenings, and I like to have music or something going, especially when I'm having a bit of a hard time getting to the writing. Having a little bit of something going in the background I like to have. And right now what I've been using for writing is actually a website, which I will also link below, which was originally developed for D&D players to have something to play while they were doing their games. But now loads of people use it for loads of reasons. People use it to study, to write. I'm really happy that website exists, and I've had a lot of fun putting together inspiring playlists from the huge library of instrumental songs. I also have an app that I am hoping to use to kind of help me with this. I'm planning on using the 25 minutes of work, 10-minute break system, which is supposed to be very efficient way to do your work. And the idea is that you grow trees in your little digital garden for every 25 minutes, or you can actually elongate the time or shorten the time that you spend not playing on your phone. So basically you leave the app open, and if you leave the app to go play on your phone and do something interesting with your phone, it will not let you grow that tree. Right now there's a lot of novelty with, once you get enough coins from spending your 25-minute blocks focusing, you can spend those coins to buy new types of trees. So there's quite a bit of novelty with it right at the moment. So I think it will at least last me through this writing vlog. I'm also going to be filming the short vlog style clips on my other camera. That one won't record for very long, but it will record for about a minute at a time, so that should be enough to do my quick little updates, and then I should give you a roundup update at the end of the 24 hours. Oh, and what project am I working on? My Dragon Shifter romance is currently with the editor, so right now I'm going to work on a zombie story, kind of. It's a post-zombie apocalypse story that's all about community and people taking care of each other and solar punk tech and lifestyles. So I am very excited about that. It's also going to heavily center disability justice because that is my thing. See you in the update. So I worked for about an hour and a half this morning and got a pretty nice outline done. I'm actually really pleased with it. I'm usually terrible at outlining. We'll see if I actually stick to it, but I am excited about some of the elements. So I also started on a character questionnaire for my main character's best friend. I find that exploring the main character as I go works better, but I think if I have some things to look back on as ideas for the best friend, that would be better than flying by the seat of my pants in that area. Right now I'm using Gotham Writers Toolbox character questionnaire, but I'm planning on bouncing around between different ones and only answering some of the questions that actually inspire me as I go. I'm also going to start my first 25-minute timer. Here's what the app looks like. This is the little plant I'm going to grow. And those are the coins I've earned so far up in the corner. So I was doing my second 25-minute stint out in the living room, and my black cat came and had a nice long petting session, which interrupted me. So now I'm gonna finish out the rest of the session at my desktop computer. It's 7 p.m. Sunday. I finished my last half-hour sprint, or 25-minute sprint, and I'm gonna go watch TV with my family. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Oh, how many words? I'll give you my word count update in the morning. I already turned my computer off. So it's Monday morning at 8:30. Turns out I wrote 1,400 words yesterday, which is a lot for me for one day. Keeping at it for the 4 hours really did accomplish something, even though 2 hours of that was just prep work. So yeah, I'm excited to see how much I'm able to do today. It's now 10 o'clock, and in my first hour I wrote about 450 words, and in my second hour I did some more world building. I named some characters and came up with like what place they have in the community, and then I did some research on solar punk farming techniques because I want my post-apocalyptic zombie story where to have my community living in as solar punk a way as possible. Here's the flower that I planted in my last half hour, and now I'm gonna take a break to eat some leftover Mother's Day cake. My mom's favorite color is blue, as you can see from the frosting color, and play some Palia. So I ended up with 850 words for Monday. I had a serious aversion to looking at the Word document after the first hour, after I did those first 450 words. So I went off and did research and world building for the rest of my next 2 hours, and then for the last hour, which I did while I was watching TV with my family, I did more actual writing, and that's how I ended up with 850. But there is a lot of research to do in this case because it's set in the real world, and I'm kind of cobbling together what that world would look like based on current technology and historical ability to do things, what that could look like in this post-apocalyptic world. Also, I got some book mail today. I got They Called Me a Lioness, which is going into a giveaway that I'm doing locally, and the hardcover edition of Genocide Bad, which I'm very excited about. It has sprayed edges and a marker, and it's just a really beautiful book. Really sucks that it had to be written. I really want lots of people to read it. So it's Wednesday. You might notice that there was no Tuesday update, and that's because Tuesday didn't go so well. I was feeling really overwhelmed, but also just really, my brain was not going to write anymore. So I decided to make this a 12-hour writing vlog instead of 24. And I did 2 hours yesterday, and I'm going to do 2 hours today. I'll talk about at the end of the video how the whole experience went and what I've kind of learned from it. But I did get, I believe, 500 words written yesterday, so I can add that to my tally. And I'll give you the full total of word count in my wrap-up segment. Don't mind this stack of books. It's here for my next video that I'm filming. The vlog did not go as planned, in that I set out to do 24 hours over 4 days, and I only ended up doing 12. However, I'm still glad that I did it. I think it is good to try new things and let yourself be okay with it not working out. because if you try new things, that's going to happen sometimes. But trying new things also leads to things that do work out. And so you have to try a variety of things, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. I did learn some more about myself and how my writing process works and what I find useful in inspiration and kind of to what extent it's useful to push myself and to what extent it isn't. Yesterday, in about an hour, I wrote 731 words. My second hour I spent doing research by watching an episode of The Walking Dead, which I think I did find useful in that it looks at zombies from a very classic point of view, and that's helpful in building my repertoire of knowledge of zombie stories, which is always useful when you're going to write a story yourself to know about the genre. But that was a lot of words for me to write in a day, let alone an hour. And it's because I pushed myself to keep writing for that whole hour rather than stopping when I reached my usual word count, which is about 400 to 500. And over the 4 days, I wrote 3,600 words, which at that 400 to 500 rate would be 1,600 to 2,000 words. So I pretty much doubled how much I wrote by giving myself a certain amount of time that I couldn't do anything else but write. So in that way, I think it was useful that it helped me figure out, okay, actually setting a time when I can't do anything else rather than aiming for a word count actually does help me to write more. I didn't really know that would work before. And also setting aside time specifically to do research was also helpful and made me feel more like research was spending time usefully. Just because I wasn't getting words done didn't mean that I wasn't doing something that was necessary for the writing of the book. But I also discovered the limits at which I can push myself. So like I said, on the third day, on Tuesday, I just kind of hit a wall where I was like, I need to do something else for multiple hours. I can't spend 8 hours today focusing on writing. Even with my breaks every 25 minutes and extra breaks for meals and such, it was not enough for me. So that was good to know. And it reinforces something that I have been having to recognize on my chronic illness journey, that it's not about how much time you have, it's about how much energy you have. And a bunch of hours in the day are useless if you don't have energy to do what you're planning on doing. I already knew I couldn't work a full-time job, but I couldn't even work a part-time job at this with my amounts of energy. So that was kind of actually validating for me, because I have always wondered, well, how many books could I pump out if I worked at this for many hours a day and used it like a full-time job? The answer is I couldn't do that. So I think that this project really helped me discover where my balance lies of how much pushing myself is helpful and where that limit of pushing myself will help me run into a wall. So my plan going forward is to kind of work this knowledge into my writing system, is that I will, on days when I don't have anything else taking up my energy, I will spend a solid hour writing with that 10-minute break in there. That's important at the 25-minute mark. But without looking for a certain word count, but just spending that amount of time. And that will usually actually result in a word count higher than what I usually aim for. I will also put a higher value on research. And on days when I do have something else that is going to be taking up a lot of my energy, I won't force myself to write at all. So those are a few things I've learned and plan on taking forward. I want to thank Jade Juniper for giving me the idea to do this vlog, as it was her 24-hour writing vlog that gave me the idea, and she also credits another creator with giving her the idea, so I will link them as well, and you can go check out their channels. I love talking about writing and watching other people talk about their writing. So I'm really happy to be part of the writing community as well as the reading community. I'm glad I did this, and I want to thank you for coming along the journey with me. If you would like to leave a comment, let me know about your own writing process or journey, or whether you like zombie stories or not. And if you'd like to leave an emoji, how about a map? Is there a map emoji, or maybe one of those little world emojis that has the different continents on it for a map for Palestine? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!